Here's some help with Chapter 3, Exercise 3. In this exercise, you're going to design the output and draw a flowchart or write pseudocode for a program that calculates the service charge a customer owes for writing a bad check. Please keep in mind that you are supposed to do two things for this exercise. You're going to design the output and either draw a flowchart or write pseudocode. Designing output and reports is discussed on pages 86 and 87 of your book. Rather than read through all of the details of the exercise, I'm going to spare time on the video. This is all covered in your book, in the actual exercise of the program. But I do want you to note there's quite a few pieces of data that have to be used in this program. So we're going to create several variables and constants. Okay? Here's an example of the output. Note that you'll have some headers, probably a report header and a page header. This will be referred to as column headers. Okay? And then there's a footer, page footer or report footer. The X's represent character or string data. The 9s represent numeric data. Okay? And that's for any given output report you would create. Okay? Let's jump into the flowchart. Okay? Of course, we're going to start with our start capsule and a process to define all of our variables and constants. Notice that the constants are all in uppercase and they've all been assigned a value. Notice that the column headers constant has some wide space in it so that we can get that gap in between our customer name column header and our service charge column header. Okay? And of course this flowchart is going to be quite large, so I'm not going to be able to fit it on one page. After we've defined all our variables, then we're going to flow down to a couple of parallelograms to print our header and then print our column headers. Remember, all the data, all those X's and 9s, those are going to depend on how many checks we have that have to be processed. Okay, so we print the header, print the column headers. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the data from the first check. And then we're going to flow down to a decision. Have we read the last check? Are we at the end of file? Okay, so we're going to create a loop. We're going to continue to process checks until we are at the last one. Okay? If we are at the end of file, then we simply print our footer and end our program. Okay? If not, then we're going to flow off and do some other things. Now this is going to get real crowded, so I'm going to again have to continue this on another slide. Okay? But I want you to know that when we get to the bottom of this no flow arrow, it's going to come right back up to this flow arrow just before the end of file. Okay? That's our regular loop flow. Okay? Remember now, we're coming in from our no flow arrow, from our decision. We're going to calculate how many years late is it. We're going to calculate how many months late it is. And then we're going to calculate our service charge based on the values that we just calculated, the years and months late. Okay? Again, we're going to continue to go down, flow down, but then we're going to flow back up again to that flow arrow just above the decision. Okay? After we've done our calculating, then we're going to print the customer name and the service charge, just like we saw in our output report. Then, like we do in any loop body, we get all the data again, and then we flow back up. Okay? Real quickly, I want to show you, this is what the flowchart should look like when it's all finished. Okay? And because I am running out of time on my video, try to get you back to the slideshow. That's it for the slideshow. I do want to say though that I did not provide help for the pseudocode. Use what you saw in the flowchart to write your pseudocode. If you need help with the pseudocode, feel free to email me. Thank you.